The Loud House first aired in 2016 and instantly became a Nickelodeon new favorite with its quirky characters and bold choices, but sometimes the choices may be so bold that they went a little too far. Watch this video until the end to see all the episodes and moments that took the Loud House out of everyone's comfort zone. You won't even believe this show is for kids at times. Are you new to the things? Welcome! Give us a like and subscribe and be the first one to be notified of all of our new videos. Now on to 10 times the Loud House went too far. Nude pool swim. The Loud House has no shortage of dirty jokes and moments that probably took it too far for children. One of those moments was between the Loud children's parents in the episode Sweet and Sour when the family goes on vacation. At the end of the episode, Rita and Lynn Sr go running by the pool together giggling. Rita is chasing Lynn Sr, and when they disappear off screen, we see their clothes thrown to the side, indicating they went skinny dipping. Those naughty parents were having some alone time, aka doing the dirty while the kids weren't around, but their secret wasn't kept for long. In the next scene, the two parents sit together being punished for their nude dip in the pool. They're wrapped in robes and try to pay off the pool manager with a button. Yes, you heard right, a button. So it is revealed that the family was actually kicked out of the hotel because Lynn and Rita snuck in after hours to, well, you get it. Sure, some parents might find this adult joke quite funny, but for kids, we're not certain it is entirely appropriate. Though the youngins may have just thought they were going for a little swim, it's a tad odd that they got completely naked in a Nickelodeon show. Sneaky cam. In the episode Cheater by the Dozen, it is hinted that Bobby might be cheating with their neighbor. The concept itself is neither appropriate nor maybe even fully understood by the kids. Lincoln and his best bud Clyde decide to see what's going on in the neighbor's house by attaching a camera on top of the dog. The dog bolts into the house to reveal a middle-aged woman saying to Bobby, "Why don't you slip off those clothes and we'll get started." Both Lincoln and Clyde gasp as he removes his pants, leaving him in only his underwear. The dog approached Bobby with the camera and Bobby starts petting him and giving the dog kisses. Lincoln says it's disgusting that he's now crossing species. There are one too many fetishes referenced in this episode that are not okay for children to see or even be found funny by adults. Lincoln and Clyde then stalk Bobby to a secret club and watch him as he dances an Italian dance with another man. We're not exactly sure where this one will be taken, but it's pretty certain that this joke was taken too far. Also, the two kids spying on someone and then stalking them could be seen as fun and innocent, but following someone into a downstairs club definitely crosses the line. Let's just say we could have done without this one. Grunt while you dance. Remember that awesome game we all used to love so much, Dance Dance Revolution? Well, this episode may have taken that fun away from us in the episode Dance Dance Resolution. The first problem is that Lincoln avoids going to the dance with Ronnie so he can get the 2-for-1 deal at the arcade. Obviously, he's confronted by his sisters who don't agree with his decision and want him to go. Lincoln then lies and says she never really asked him in the first place. This makes his sisters feel so bad that they arrange some dates for him. 4 dates to be exact. Finally, Lincoln admits to Ronnie Ann that he should have let her take him to the dance, but she reveals to him that she actually wanted to invite him to the arcade. Talk about serendipity. So off Ronnie and Lincoln go on their date to the arcade. They chose Dance Dance Revolution, but instead of just stepping on the colors, they make weird grunting noises and sounds that may be too suggestive for young ears. Perhaps this was a mistake in the voice recording room, but we still don't think it's appropriate for kids to listen to that. Sibling stool samples. Okay, so where do we begin with this one? We mean, it involves stool samples, and we aren't talking about kitchen stools, but like, well, you know, number 2. In the episode Lock and Loud, the Loud siblings learn about security and begin taking it way too seriously throughout the show. Obviously, this is a good topic to promote to children to be safe, but the episode itself is filled with inappropriate moments and, as we mentioned, the stool sample bit. The siblings get geared up to protect anyone from breaking in and stealing their things. They become so tight on security that their home is almost as hard to approach as getting into FBI headquarters. When their parents come home, they refuse to let them in before taking the needed precautions they've put in place. Lisa gives her mother a weird pat down before letting them into the house. Lisa says she still needs that stool sample and later continues to ask Lenny and Lori for their samples as well. When the girls ask Lisa if it's okay for the same security measures as before, Lisa looks awkward and says a yes that no one would believe. What is Lisa up to with taking people's feces? Yuck. Wieners and buns. The Tale of Two Tables is a later episode in the first season, which means we already know the characters and their personalities, but that still may not warrant what goes down. In this episode, Lincoln doesn't want to sit at the kids' table. In the opening scene, Lincoln is eating his dinner and minding his own business when someone starts poking him right in the face with a wiener. The wiener continues to poke him in the face until the poking turns to multiple wieners slapping him in the face. Wait, this is still a kid's show, right? So the wiener poking continues and Lincoln gets mad and goes to talk to his friend Clyde about what he should do. Clyde, never having to sit at the kids' table, helps him. Clyde sets up a table simulation to teach Lincoln. Clyde then tells Lincoln he took Lori's bread, but that she shouldn't worry because he'll share his buns with her. What? Lincoln makes a suggestive movement with his eyebrows to top that comment off. So yes, we get some pretty suggestive stuff in this episode, especially if you're a parent, so let's be real, no kid should get their face hit with wieners in a kid's show, or, ever. Girl crush controversy. There's likely a chance that you've heard of this episode before and the controversy that it brought to the surface. The majority of the episode is solid, but the ending is what made some people angry. In L is for Love, Luna has a crush on the girl, which is not what the issue is. However, it was the reaction from certain fans that made it an issue. We don't feel this episode took it too far, but the people who felt that Luna shouldn't have a crush on a girl made the episode quite popular and made fans take sides. Seeing as The Loud House was the first Nick show that had two gay parents, some fans felt that having another gay character really pushed the boundaries too far. Which really makes no sense, as every other character is straight, so the LGBT community is rarely even touched upon in a show that is open to exploring that subject. It wasn't necessarily the episode that pushed this one too far, but the divide in fans' opinions over Luna having a crush on a girl. Come on, people, it's the 21st century. We think everyone can handle that without causing drama. What do you think about this? Do you like seeing a more diverse group of characters? Lori Tots. So we all know that Clyde has a little, or shall we say gigantic, crush on Lori. His crush is so massive he can't even speak around her. In the episode Making the Case, Clyde has trouble even thinking straight around her, which we have seen in previous episodes before this one. He loves everything about her, and one might even say his obsession borders on creepy. The show started out with Lincoln mentioning how he wants to win the trophy for the 5th grade video contest. Lincoln decides that he's going to film everything that his sister does, all her embarrassing moments, to win the contest. So that's exactly what he does, and then he uploads them to the internet. First off, if anyone does that to anyone, that is a major invasion of privacy and also illegal. But the real moment we're here to tell you about is when Lori lets one rip and passes gas. Clyde's reaction could be considered adorable or downright too much. He falls even deeper in love with her, saying it's music to his ears. Now, we can see why this would be pretty funny, but filming your siblings and uploading embarrassing videos without them knowing is definitely taking it too far. However, we'll let Clyde slide for liking Lori's farts. Mama's bum. In the episode The Loudest Yard, there is a sort of grotesque joke with Lincoln apparently staring at his mother's butt. We later find out that he's taped a comic book to her derriere and is reading it, but still insinuating a character is attracted to his mother's assets? Really is taking a kid's show too far. Mrs. Loud attempts to make Lincoln do aerobics with him, which he obviously isn't interested in. Finally, he obliges and they begin exercising together. Lincoln is behind his mother when she moves and jumps, following the video on the TV. It is then we see that Lincoln is very interested in the sight. He is positioned behind his mother with his eyeline looking at her tush. When Mrs. Loud says exercise can be fun, Lincoln responds that he reads her loud and clear, which leaves us thinking, is he speaking about his mother's butt? Not at all the message that anyone should be receiving. Then it is revealed that he's reading a comic book, but the sexual innuendo and the joke towards his mother just grosses us out. Ugh. Do you remember this moment? Do you think that it pushed the boundaries too far? Not the planet. There is a slew of dirty jokes in The Loud House, and plenty that involve the word Uranus. Sure, we all know that it's a planet, but the implication behind many of the times Lincoln says it is, well, not speaking about the solar system, that's for sure. Lincoln sits playing in the dentist and mentions that he sees Uranus from here, and it's mighty gassy. We're pretty certain that writers didn't mean the planet. Sure, this can be taken as an innocent butt joke, but is it really needed among all the other inappropriate jokes that fill the Loud House episodes? In the clip on YouTube, many fans commented below mentioning he's referring to the planet and you need to get your heads out of the gutter, but we can't blame them. It's obvious that Lincoln is making a joke and taking it one step too far. There are many other funny things that can be said without making references to something so gross. How do you feel about all the Uranus jokes that seem to pop up pretty frequently in this Nick series? Do you find them funny or just outright disgusting? Let us know in the comment section below. Lincoln's abuse. The episode No Such Luck takes a violent turn that borders on representing child abuse, or at least that's how some fans feel. This episode became quite controversial due to its treatment of our lead character Lincoln Loud. Lincoln has some extra time on his hands when his family sees him as bad luck, but that escalates quickly. The entire family starts to ignore, shun, and punish Lincoln in different ways, finally even locking him out of the house and putting a sign on the door. Lincoln is practically tortured almost every minute of the episode. He's forced to eat outside, and they even leave a note on the door that reads, "Sorry Lincoln, but you just can't sleep here tonight. We can't risk it." Even watching it in the context of the episode is maltreatment and definitely not right or justified. At one point, the family goes to the beach, but they literally leave Lincoln behind so he doesn't spread the bad luck. Why treat anyone this way? And if this wasn't a cartoon, the treatment of the person would be overtly portraying child abuse. It's clear that the Loud House took the violence in this episode just too far. Which moment do you think was the most shocking and inappropriate? Are there any moments that you noticed? Give us a like and hit the subscribe button for more great videos. Thanks for watching The Things, and we'll see you next time.